Hello, I'm Dr. Bill Steiner. I'm here to tell you about folks that have stopped smoking, and they did it very, very easily. You know, John Cigna talks about this on the radio. He came to my clinic, about 4 years ago, and he stopped one session. Now, this is a guy that smoked 3 packs a day for about 51 years. You know, he calls cigarettes the weapons of mass destruction. I just want to show you this poster because it illustrates it very, very well. Cigarettes are killing about 4 million people every year. That's about 40 million in 10 years. Just think if terrorists would kill 40 million people in 10 years, why the whole civilized world would be up in arms against them. Yes, cigarettes are. They are the weapons of mass destruction. You know, I think about Jay Leno whenever he has a product and he says, they ought to call it what it really is. And I've got some over here that I'd like to show you. This is a cigarette pack and they ought to call it tumor. One of the reasons for that is because it gives people tumors all over the body. It could be anywhere because, you know, poisonous blood goes into every part of the body. My mother got a tumor. She died at age 62. My father preceded her in death with all of his arteries clogged up at age 53. Now, they were both smokers, smoking 2 packs a day. A lot of times, they did what I call riding them bareback because they didn't even have filters. And they started smoking when they were about 14, 15 years old. So did I. You know, I don't blame you, and I don't blame them. It's our society. We sort of, when we're kids, we don't know too much about it, but we feel like we're going to live forever. You know, it's like a rite of passage. Of course, we're not going to live forever, but we just feel that it's a good thing to do. We're grown up, or it's cool. Then they get us. Cigarettes get us. In America, they're killing about 500,000 a year. That's more than all the automobile accidents, more than all the fires, the murders, the suicides. That's more than the people that die from the AIDS virus or illegal drugs. That's a whole lot. Now, you no longer want to be one of those people. And you're going to hear from some folks here that didn't want to be either. And, you know, they found it very easy to program their subconscious mind and get rid of these cigarettes. Tumor, you bet. Stench, you bet. You know, tobacco products are the only farm products not controlled by the FDA for the amount of rat feces and rat urine can be in them. That's true. And they're super loaded. Well, you don't have to think about that. Let's think about you getting better, returning yourself to a better state of health. Very quickly now, bypass. Well, my dad needed a bypass, but it was 1968. He couldn't get one. They took a vein from his stomach and plugged it into his heart, but he died 2 days later. Dr. Jacob Ein from Allegheny General says his arteries were so clogged up he was afraid to touch them. He looked at me, too. He says, you know, you're going to do the same thing. He says, the way you're smoking. Even that didn't stop me. You know, eventually. Somebody said this to me. You know something, Bill? You're not taking responsibility for those children that you fathered. Believe it or not, that affected me. What do you mean? You're trying to kill their father. I thought, you know, there's a little bit of truth in it. What about you? Do you have children? You know, the worst thing you could ever do to your children, even your grandchildren, is to take yourself away. As far as your children are concerned, you're not replaceable. Absolutely not. Now, I don't want to put a guilt trip on you. I'll go through this, and then you'll get to hear some folks that were thinking the same thing, and they quit smoking because of their children. Phlegm balls, you bet, malignancy, all over the body. There's all kinds of diseases caused by cigarettes, and we can count them. Well, 58 diseases. Cancer, emphysema, stroke. See people with these oxygen tanks, you never want to be like that. But it happens. And of course, breath rotters. Heard a guy say, you know, kissing you, not me, but his girlfriend, kissing you is like licking an ashtray. Nobody knows how bad it is till they stop smoking. And you will. Now, cancerettes, yeah, each and every one. I'm not going to put a lot of negatives in your mind. I'm going to put positives in your mind. You know, stopping smoking is really the easy way to go. Yes, it is. Smoking's the hard way because of the problems, because of the trouble, because of the hassle, because of the expense. 2 packs a day, $3,000 a year. Coming up, Kim, Suzanne, we have about 4 or 5 other people too. They'll tell you their stories. Now, I quit smoking by going to a hypnotist myself 27 years ago. Couldn't do it myself. I quit 18 times. I was like Mark Twain. Mark Twain says it's easy to quit smoking. I did it 1,000 times. You need help. The conscious mind is 10% of your thinking. The subconscious mind is 90%. We'll get into your subconscious mind, you and me together. I'll help you program your mind to literally save your life. This lung over here, look at that. That is a lung from a 20-year smoker. That's all tar over there. Of course it looks worse because the guy's dead. Didn't die from the tar, died from all this cancer around here. Well, the lung will heal. That's right. Even if you've been smoking for 20 years, don't think it's too late. We have these wonderful healing powers in the body. Lung cells and all other body cells, they start to return to the natural state. Remember this, before you ever smoked, I don't care if you're 14 or 12 years old, your body was pure and clean throughout. You know something? When you stop smoking, new cells that generate are pure and clean. The cells that are full of poison, when you hydrate, it takes the poison right out and you get better and better and better in every way, every day. I know. You want it, but you want it to be easy. Wait till you listen to these folks. Here's a lung right here. This is all I'm going to say for right now. I'll be back in just a few moments. This is the lung of a 50-year-old man who was killed in an automobile accident. That's the way it should look compared to that over there. That's a real difference. You may say, well, gee, I might as well quit smoking. I could be run over by a car. You know, people use all kinds of excuses to keep on smoking. I know I did. I used to say, oh, they're my friend. And they aren't. Of course, friends don't try to kill friends. They were my companions, though. Ah, yeah. An evil companion that grabbed on to me and wouldn't let go. I know how you're feeling. Come on in. We got to talk about it. As far as the car goes, you know, life is full of risks, really. And it's sort of like, what do I want to do? Go through life? It's like walking through a field with 30 mines in the ground. I could hit one and die. But if I'm a smoker, this field over here has 300 mines. Now, which one would I rather walk through? The one with the 30 or the one with the 300? I'll take the 30 any time. Listen up now. These people have a marvelous story to tell you. They've come in because they are concerned about anybody else that smokes.
Okay, my name is Kim Michael. Saw Dr. Stiles a year and a half ago. First of all, to lose weight, after which time I lost 100 pounds in 5.5 months. Was very excited about that. Got my life back. It was wonderful. Then I decided to take it a step further by going to see him again to quit smoking, my other bad habit. And was very successful. Saw Dr. Stiles in September. Quit smoking that day. I left his office, threw the cigarettes away, and have not had them since. His method was easy. Very easy to get rid of this bad habit that I have for years, saving myself a lot of money. And using his little method of clenching your thumb and finger together worked excellent. I haven't had to do that since probably 2 weeks after seeing you. I quit doing it. I didn't have to do it anymore. The desire was no longer there. Cigarettes are no longer controlling me. I have my life back. I enjoy life much better. I can do things that I couldn't do 20 years ago because of the weight and the cigarettes. It's wonderful. I can't believe the difference it's made in my life, and it's all thanks to Dr. Stiles. He's a great, great, great man. Oh, my kids are just ecstatic. My kids think it's great that they don't no longer come to my house and see this cloud of smoke in every room. The odor is gone, which they totally despised. My daughter is no longer afraid to bring her children around me. She was afraid to bring her children over because they might have to inhale this bad smoke that was always in my house. They no longer worry that I'm going to be killing myself with this habit, with the smoking. They can see the difference. They no longer hear the wheezing that was going on, because I did have a lot of wheezing going on. Coughing. I no longer cough like I used to. It's wonderful. If you're questioning whether or not you should take this step, please don't question it for very long, because seeing Dr. Stiles will make a humongous difference, tremendous difference in your life. You will be able to breathe again by quitting the smoke. By losing weight, your body functions will be 10 times better. You will literally gain back at least 10, 15, 20 years of your life. You will feel younger than you have in years. Just come see Dr. Stiles. He can do it. He can help you get what you have lost because of the smoking habit.
Isn't Kim refreshing? You know, she's turned her whole life around with hypnosis. First of all, she lost 100 pounds. She did it in 6 months. And then she really wanted to make sure she had optimal health. And she did that by stopping smoking. And I love listening to Kim because she gave a lot of the really good reasons to come on in and see me. Look, it's not your fault that our culture has gotten you into this thing. You know, you again, as I said before, you were a kid, and at that time, we do things that children do. And you're an adult now, and you have the wisdom of an adult mind. Now, all you have to do is use that mind to the extent where you just bring yourself in. Come on in and see me. And it's like Kim said, it's really quite easy. Now, we're going to hear from Suzanne Murray, and she thinks it's one of the easiest things she ever did. And she's tried several other things to stop smoking, as probably you have too. So I want you to listen closely now, and then we're going to hear from some other people too, and every one of them will have reasons that you might relate to stop smoking.